So Regan, they say when you have success with an artist the first time, it's luck. But if you can do it twice, you're actually good at your job. So not only have you done it twice, the second time around with Tones and I, you've absolutely shattered records. So Tones' Dance Monkey, I think, is the most streamed song by a female artist globally. Is that correct?
It is, yeah. On Spotify, it's the most streamed song by a female, and I think it's 7th on the all-time list. It's at 7 billion streams across all platforms, which is just absolutely insane.
Billion with a B. So what do you put your success down to?
Having an incredible team, first and foremost. We're nothing without a team. Like everything we've done from the early days to literally to today, we're just incredibly focused on building great teams around our artists, whether they're co-managers or agents or great labels or, just generally good people. And when you've got everyone kind of swimming in that same direction, it can be just incredibly powerful. It can be unstoppable, especially when you get brilliant artists, writing insane tunes that kind of resonate with the world. It's that's the key to it all. It's not one person. It's not one thing. It's not luck. It's just a mixture of a bunch of stuff. It's just all the elements kind of combining.
So you mentioned the team, and I think both Tones and Tash are with Sony. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Tash is distro on Sony here, and then a license for the world, but independent on Mum and Pop in America. And Tones is a Sony distro for Australia and New Zealand, and on a license with Elektra for the world. Both have got their own labels, licensed through those respective labels.
So obviously controlling your own masters from day one on both. Why did you do it that way? Why not on a standard record deal and really cash in on huge advances and things like that, which you could do with these artists?
Yeah, I mean, just from the outset, we're very passionate. Dave, my business partner, and I have always been very passionate about wanting our artists to have as much creative control as possible. It's obviously incredibly important, and to own their work, own their masters, and just have that sense of control and ownership is everything. And a lot of the artists that we have worked with are obviously former buskers. So in that respect, it's just makes sense. And we've never looked at the short term. We've always thought, you could take crazy money up front and all that sort of stuff, but it's very short-sighted. We've always looked, 3 to 5 years down the track. We'd prefer to go for kind of better splits and ownership of work rather than huge upfront payments and that sort of stuff. It's a personal preference of how we like to do things, and it works. So we've never kind of detoured from that.
Do you feel like you were able to do that because the artist had such success so quickly? And if they hadn't had that, you might have had to look for a record deal?
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing. There's no one size fits all. I mean, that's the beauty of music, and that's the beauty of the gig that we're in. It's purely what was right for Tash at the time. I think it was at the start of 2016. And it took, I think, something like 9 months to do those deals, and we didn't rush it. And it was quite a complex process. But at the end of the day, we wanted the best result for our client, and I'm confident we got that. So you just get that forever income and really great splits, and obviously the ownership. And shared a viral video on Facebook. It started there, and obviously with the busking background, whereas Tones was through the Unearthed and through Triple J, and it just kind of exploded a lot quicker. And obviously you get more leverage the bigger your artist is, and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, the principle remains the same. You want what's best for them, but you've also got to be respectful of the fact that the people that you're working with and the partners that you're going into business with, I mean, to give them some kind of skin in the game gets them more invested. You get more of their time, but the key is getting them emotionally invested. And once they can see who the artist is and get to know them and all that sort of stuff, that's when you get that extra 10%, and that's when things can just go crazy, when the whole engine room's engaged.
And how do you get a label like Sony, who have, quite a big roster and quite a big team, how do you get them as a manager emotionally invested?
Well, I mean, it's not hard when you've got good people that you work with. I mean, all of the people that we work with, all of our amazing artists that we have the honor of working with, they're all good people, they're good human beings. So obviously it's just a lot of early meetings and just forming those relationships. And Dennis Hanlon and the team at Sony, in my opinion, got the best label here by a country mile, and they do incredible things with a bunch of different acts. And we're very fortunate to have a great relationship, and with Margaret and Paul, and just with everyone there. So it's more about just getting them along early. You know, we pride ourselves on setup, so that can happen, 12 months before a deal's done. You start planting seeds of where you see the artist potentially signing, and you cast the net pretty wide, and you can soon see when people jump, and it's kind of takes shape very early. It's hard to explain. A setup can take anywhere from 6 to 18 months, basically, until you're 100% happy and you've got that right global team. But it's something that we've never rushed, and we're super proud of all the setups with our artists, and it's feeling good. There's a lot of work to do, but it's feeling good.
How do you seed artists throughout the industry? Is it simply sending some tracks to some people around the world and seeing who bites, or what's your strategy on that?
It's a bit of both. Obviously, you get inquiries, you field inquiries, you do early calls, you do late calls, depending on time zones. That's the brutal part for the first year or so. And your global network that Lemon Tree has built over the last 7 or 8 years or so, that you work with people that you trust and that you like, and that that can move the needle in respective markets. We've got a guy in Europe called Dave Toothius at Plug and Play, who we do a lot of our stuff through, and he's just brilliant at being on ground and really helping break the Germanys and the Netherlands and of the world. It's essential, I think. And obviously Jadam with Tash in North America, and Jackson with Tones and all that sort of stuff. So it's all about the team, and it's all about making sure that they've just on it super early, I guess. It's hard to explain, but it takes time, and it's one that it's just forever a work in progress. There's no perfect formula, and if there was, everyone would be doing it.